Hi all. This is a dashboard I did with my daughter and I decided to share with you. When you look at the screen here, you'll notice that it is something that has to do with shipment or logistics. It is a very simple one and I'm sure we all learn something from it. On top here, you have the revenue, we have shipment, we have active shipment and its percentage of total. We have completed shipment, we have return, and then we have the average delivery time. On the left side, we have the filtering. You can filter by date, you can filter by segment, and also by country as well. We have shipment by trend here. It can be by month or by year. It depends on which one is okay for you. And we have the same thing done for revenue. So we have revenue by month and then we have revenue by year as well. We have revenue by category down here. This is something that I did just to make it look like fun to have. And I'm sure we all, maybe some of people will like it. Some will love to replicate it and enjoy it. We have average delivery time by country here. And then you can see I categorize this into three. Perfect, which means that if the items are delivered within 4 days, it is perfect. If it is greater than 4, that is between 6 and 10, and then we say it as fine. And then if it is greater than 10, it is termed as too long. Then we have the salespersons here with their shipment performance. Okay, and we have this tooltip here, which I'll also show you. It is strictly for beginners. If you are intermediate or expert, you want to go through it, that is fine. Okay, so without wasting too much time, let's go to a blank Power BI desktop page. But please don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. Okay, so I'm getting here. Let me now go for the files. They are CSV files. I'll start with country. I'll go to transform data. Okay, so we have the data here. You can see column 1, column 2, and the column names are actually down here. So what do we have to do? We go to use first row as headers. Okay, so when you do that, then you can see geography and region here. Now I want to add another file. They are all CSV files. Product will be added. Okay, so I'll click OK. Then we can see this is okay. Now I'll add the next one. Okay, I click OK here. When you look at this, you can see the column names are actually down here. So I'll do the same thing just like I did for country. So use first row as headers. I'll add the last one, which is shipment. I'll click OK here. Okay, so you can see this is okay. So shipment ID, salesperson, geography, product, date is in correct format. Sales here, status, completed, active, and then we have delivered on, which is a string here. So I can just select here and change it to date. Replace. So we have it as date here. Now what you realize here is that every shipment that is completed has a delivered on. The ones that are the other ones that is active, for example, is null. And for return, let me just select here, select active. You can see they are all now. Let me check with return also. They are also all now. Let me revert back to selecting all. Okay, so I think everything is okay at our end here. Product, correct, salesperson, that is fine. Oh, now we can see that there are some rows that are empty here. We don't need those ones. So I'll go here, make sure I take out the blank. So we have this here. Now this is fine. Close and apply. Okay, so the you can see them loaded here. Let me first go to model view just to see if everything is okay here. If we have all the tables well linked, so you can see salesperson here, we have product on top here. Let me put ship in the middle here. Then we have country, so you can see all the tables are linked to the fact table, which is shipment. So if you want to see how this is linked, the moment you put your cursor here, you can see geography and geography there. When you put this one here, salesperson and salesperson, if you put your cursor on this, you see product and products are linked. Okay, very good. I think we are on the right path. Now, what are the things that we need? Let me quickly open this. Again, we need the revenue. We need to create measures for revenue, shipment, active shipment, completed return, and average delivery time. So let's start by creating our measures. But like I usually do, let me go here, sorry, enter data, and create a table for all my measures. So I can just name this all measures and then load. So I'll create the first measure, which is the total revenue or shipment. The revenue, for example, this is what I did. For revenue, I only base my total on completed shipment. So calculate sum of sales and then filter it by where shipment status is equal to delivered. I mean, it depends on how you want to do it. I think it's completed, not delivered. Okay, so we have the revenue. Let me first check if that is okay. So I'll bring in my uh, new card and then select revenue. Do you have data in there? Okay, that is fine. Now I want to create another measure for shipment. So total shipment. So shipment is equal to count rows the shipment table. Okay. And then the next one is to get the active shipment. So I'll go here again, new measure. Active shipment will be equal to calculate shipments and then we filter it. So what we are doing is to get the total of shipment and filter it by the active status. So status is active. Okay, so I can now copy this and use it for completed and returned. So here we'll have completed. and then I'll copy the same thing again, new measure. This will be returned and make it returned. Okay, so let me quickly go to the table for us to see what I did there. So when you get to the table, you select, just for you to get to the table, just select table view, go to shipment, and then you can see the status here. Some are active. So what I did was to calculate the number of shipment first, irrespective of whether the status is active, completed or delivered, completed or returned. So for me now to calculate the shipment that are active, I just have to filter it by the active status. So in status, we have three: active, completed, return. So when you go back to the measures, you can see that for completed, I took the total of shipment and filter it by status completed. Okay, so now let's add those ones also here. So total shipment will be added to the card. Make sure the card is selected. Let me drag it. We have completed, no, active comes first, completed shipment, and then we have return shipment. Now you can see that the rest just went down straight. So what we have to do is to select this, go to the format, layout. I want the maximum card to be, let's say 7, so that I can have all of them here. Okay, so another thing that we need to do is to change the size of the background from the default to a certain number I'm going to use. So to do that, you go here, you go to custom. I want the height to be 800 and I want the width to be 1004. Very good. So now I can drag this here and reduce it a bit. The next thing to do is to calculate the average delivery time. So we first need to calculate the delivery time and then calculate before the average time. So what I'm going to do is to get in here again, go to my transform data, and then I'll do a subtraction of delivered minus shipment date. So let's go to shipment and look at how I'm going to do this. You select delivered on, and then you select date. Now you go to add column. Make sure you are in add column because you are adding a new column. That will give you the difference between the delivered on and the shipment date. So when you get there, you go to date and then you go to subtract days. Very good. So we have this here. I can change the name of the column to delivery time. Okay, so we have that here. Now I'll go to home, close and apply. So now this will permit me to calculate the total of delivery time. So I can go to new measure. That's the total delivery time. Will now be sum of delivery time. And now to calculate the average, I'll go again to new measure. So average delivery time will now be equal to, I'm going to divide delivery time by completed shipment. Remember, the delivery time applies only to uh, completed shipment. And I have the number of completed shipments. So what I'm going to do is just to divide the delivery time by the completed shipment. Okay, so this will give us the average time. Now that we have all this, let me add this to the card as well. Now that we have all this, we can just let's format our measures. So active is a whole number, average delivery time, I want it to be 0, so we can have 10 here. Very good. We have completed shipment or number. We have return shipment. We have revenue. Revenue is supposed to be currency, sorry. And then I want it to be 0. Okay, so we have this now. Number 1 is completed. So you can see on top here we have everything ready. Now the next one is the percentage of total for these 3: active, completed, return. So to calculate the percentage of total, let me go first and start with active shipment percentage. Okay, so we need to calculate now, create the measures for percentage of active shipment. So we divide active shipment by total number of shipment. The same thing will be done for completed and returned. So here will be completed. And then I create the last one, which is for returned. Okay, so let me add those ones as reference. So I'll go to format. I'll select the reference. I'll go to active. I'll add the percentage. It is here. I'll select it here. I want to change the name from active shipment to percentage of total. So let me copy this so I can paste it for the rest. So I'll go back here. Remember, it's reference labels. You select the series. So here I'm selecting completed shipment. I'm adding completed shipment percentage here. I want to change the name. I cannot change it until I select it here. Then I'll go to title, field name. I want to make it custom. Then I change the text to percentage of total. Now I'll do the same thing for return. I'll go up here, select return shipment, add the return shipment percentage here. Make sure I select it here. Go to title, select custom, change the text to percentage of total. Okay, so we have it here. We have to format the percentage of total. So let me go back to active shipment, select it, making sure it is percentage. I want to make this 0. I'll go to completed as well, percentage. I want to make this also 0. I'll go to return, percentage. Then I'll make it 0. Okay, so I think we are there now. We are almost there. Not there, we are almost there. Okay, so the next thing to do is to create this down here, create this as well, create the other ones. Now we can use the shape that we have in Power BI. So you just drag and drop the shape here, you insert the shape, give it colors, and then you are good. But I have created a background in PowerPoint. So this is the background I created in PowerPoint. It's a very simple one. I will share this, I'll also share the colors that I use, but it's a very simple one. Okay, so I'm going to import that background in, and then we can start, we can continue creating our visuals. So let me go back to the blank one, bring in my background. So I'll go here. Remember, I changed the settings to 800 pixels and then the width to 1400. So here, I'll go and bring my background. I think it's logistic one. It's not showing. Why? Because the transparency is 100%. So I'll bring it down here. Then you can see that we have the background there now. I can adjust this, take it up a bit. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so let's do a bit of formatting here. So what I'm going to do is to change the call out values here to 35. Check the alignment if you want to center or you want to take it to this side, but we'll keep this. We go to layout. I want to give this 60% to the top. Okay, so we are good there. I'll go to reference labels. I'll select all. I don't want any background for them. I'll reduce this a bit. Maybe 6. I'll go to cards, the shape rounded, maybe 10. This is okay. The padding narrow. The border is going to be different. The background, sorry, the background is going to be different colors for all of them. The border also, if you look at this, for example, you can see we have some border here white, and then the background has different colors. Okay, so let me go back here. For Number one, which is revenue, the color is blue. So I have the color here. So I'll go to background. I'll go here, paste it. So we have revenue. For shipment, I'll go and select shipment. The background color is this. For active shipment, I'll select active shipment. The background color is this. For completed, I'll make sure I select completed. The background color is this. For returned, I'll make sure return is selected. The background color is this. For average delivery, select this and change the background color to this. Okay, so another thing I need to do is to look at the border. So the border for all of them, not one, so you have to be careful. Select all. I want the border to be white, and then the width should be 2. Okay, so another formatting we need to do is to go back to the callout values. The label for revenue, I want that to be white. No, sorry. Yeah, let me check here quickly. Yeah, it's white here. So I think I made the right decision earlier. So, and the label is also white. Okay, so for shipment, I'll make this also white, and then change the title also to this. I can do the same thing for revenue. Revenue label, something like this. Okay, so now this, we don't want the divider. So I'll go to references. I'll select the first one, which is revenue. I don't want a divider. I'll select the second one, which is shipment. I don't want a divider. I'll select the last one, which is average delivery. No divider. Now for the rest of them, I can go to the divider and say I want it to be white. Good. Another thing we need to quickly do is for the values down here, the 33%, 62%, 5% should be bold. So we go back to reference, and then we change that to we go to reference, we go to value, we make it bold. Okay, for all of them. That's it. I think this is closer to what we have over there. Now the main background should be taken off. Now you can see this is a bit closer to what we have over there. Nice. Okay. So sometimes it's all about formatting. Look at what we had before. This is not bad. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to create the shipment trend, and then also we can filter it by month and year. So let's quickly do that. So I'll bring in this. I'll select shipment, but where do we have our month and year? Interesting. We need to create a table, a calendar table, and then I have the code for the calendar table here. If you also want to create a calendar manually, I have some, my previous videos have most of those things. Okay, so what we have to do is to go to table tools, new table. Okay, so I'll paste it here. So what this does is that it's creating a table called calendar, and then it's adding some columns. Calendar auto will make sure it goes to any table that has date, and then get the minimum and the maximum, and then extract the year from it, create another column that will extract the year. That will get us the month number, the weekday, the week number, the quarter, and the week type. You can add as many as you want. Okay, so I think this is okay. So let me press enter. Then we get our table ready down here. So we can see our table here. Now the next thing to do is to go to our model view. But before then, let me show you something here. Sometimes you may forget and think that maybe you are making a mistake somewhere. And this way, this is going to help you. So I'll select this and then go to calendar and then select month. Look at what is happening. Look at it. April, August, and stuff is really not looking nice. You can see April comes first because it's trying to order them by in ascending order by name actually. So April comes first. So what we need to do first is to select month and sort it by month number. I have this in most of my videos as well. So now that that has been done, you can see January has come first. But another thing is happening here. All of them, 5,000. So we have 5,000 shipment in January, 5,000 shipment in February, and so on and so forth. What is happening? Because we have not linked our table to the main table yet. So let's go here to the model view. You can see our calendar table is here. It's not linked to any table. So you can see we have date here, we have date here. So what we need to do is to put it here to link them. Good, and then we click save. So that has been done. Now let's go back to our report view. Look at this. So we have it nicely done now, but we're still having problem with our month. So let me try to deselect and select again because that has already been sorted. So you can see this is okay now. Okay, so let's do our formatting. So first, no background. Number two, the X doesn't need a title. For Y also, we don't need a title. Okay, so for X, I can make it bold. And there is this kind of ribbon somewhere here. You can see nicely done in between here. You can see, and then we have the legend as well. Okay, so this is not only about shipment. So I'll take out shipment. The first thing we need to do is to add return shipment. The second one is to add completed shipment. And then the next one is to add active shipment. But I don't want this visual. Let's use this. So you can see we have the return, the active shipment on top, we have the completed in the middle, and then we have the return shipment down. And what I also did was to take out the title, move the legend bottom center. We have it down here. Very good. And I can change this title to shipment. Okay, now the color should be changed. But before then, there is this option here which you can use. We have ribbons here. You can see. So the moment I do that, you can see it is nicely done here. Now let's change the color. So I'll go to columns down here. I'll select return shipment. So for return, we'll use this color. For completed, we'll use this color. For active, we'll use this color. Okay, so I can make it, let me say, this way. This is okay. Come down a bit. Let's see. Okay, so I think I can do the same thing for completed shipment. Okay, so it depends on how you want to do it, but this looks okay. So you can see that we have something similar to what we had earlier over there. Now, what I want us to do is to add this small filtering here, month and year. Now, for that one, I'm sure some of you know about it, but I said it's strictly for beginners. Okay, so let's do that. To do that, we need to go to modeling. We go to new parameter, we go to fields. So what I want to do now is to add month here and then the year. Then I click create. Very good. So we have this filtering here. Now look at how it's going to work. So I'll select this. Currently, if I select, nothing is happening. So let me select this month, nothing is happening. Year, nothing is happening. So I'll go here, select this, and then take out the month and go to parameter. I forgot to change the name, but that's okay. So the moment I select that one and I come here, I select month, it should be fine. Yeah, you can see the year is also okay. Now let me quickly format this. I'll change it to the new slicer. I'll take out, you see there is a space here. Why? Because the layout is saying that it's expecting 3 columns. I have only 2. The rows, it doesn't matter, but I can leave it as 1. Then I reduce it a bit. I can now do what, take out the title, which I don't need, reduce it a bit. We'll do the formatting of this later. So I can put this here. Let me reduce it a bit again. No, this way. This is full. So you can see. And also I want to make sure one is always selected. So for selection, first selection. Okay, very good. So we have this here. Now the next one that we need to do is this revenue by month, which is kind of similar to this, just that it's using revenue. So I'll go back here, select revenue. First of all, I'll select this area chart. I'll select revenue. And then what I'll do is to select month for now. Okay, so we have it here. Let's do formatting. We take out the title. I'll bold this. I'll go to Y also, take out the title. Okay, so for revenue, I want to change the color. So I'll go to lines, go to color, change it to that green we have earlier. So let me copy it, put it here. So this is for revenue. And also I want this line to be smooth. If you like, you can use step, which is not also bad, but I want it to be smooth. So we have our line here. If you like, you can add markers. So this looks okay. The next thing to do is to bring in this guy from here. So I can copy and paste this. But when I copy and paste, look at what happened. You see that it's only showing what was selected before. Now what I want to do is to select this, go to format, select edit interaction. When I select this, I don't want this to be affected. And also the same thing applies to when I select this, I don't want this also to be affected. So now when I select here, it doesn't concern this. Okay, it's only applying to this. Another thing that is happening when I select here, look at it. Because month is selected here, is affecting 1 month somewhere here. So what I'll do is to select this again and say I don't want this affected. Let me try it again. Format is taken out. So let me drag this somewhere here so I can see. So let me go back to format, go to edit. I select this. You can see I don't want this affected. Very good. So now I can click back here and then drag this to the top. So now what happens is that it's only this that makes it react. Okay, so now what we are going to do is to assign this to this. So when I select this guy, I'll go here and then I go to month, I go to parameter. So let's look at what happens here. When I select here, why? Because this is still reacting here. So let me select this again, go to format. First of all, I want to drag this down here. Okay, so I'll go to format, I'll go to edit reaction. Watch this. When I select this guy, it should not affect this. Very good. You have to be careful how you handle this though. So this is fine now. Let's try to test it once more. So here, when I select month, it should affect only this. When I select year, it should affect only this. When I select year here, it should affect only this. When I select month here, it should affect only this. Very good. So now you can see that there is a bit of work to be done there, which we managed to do. So this is okay. What else did we leave out there? Let me quickly check. Is there anything we left out? So when you come here, this is just a bit bright, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is to go here. I'll go to the shade area. I'll go to area transparency and make it maybe 80. That's okay. Okay, so now the next thing to do, let's quickly look at it here. This has a bit of work, so I'll leave it for now. Let's do the average delivery time by country, and then we do the sales and this guy on the left here, which is a slicer. So okay, so let me come here. What I used was this. Okay, so I selected the geography and then the average delivery time. So you can see now for that one, what I did was to remove the title as usual from here, while also the title from here as well. For the X, I forgot to take out the values. Then I added the data labels to it. I want the data labels to have some background. This is okay, so I can now make it bold. So we are good. Now, what I did here, when you look at it, it has different colors. So from 12 to 20, we have this color, which means that it took too long. This will help management to make some fast decision on why the items take so long to get to Australia, Japan, China, India. So this is what I did. I created a measure, and then that measure is called active delivery time, average delivery time color. So average delivery time color. So let me take out this. So down here, I use a switch. And then what I did was, if average delivery time is less or equal to 4, let's say green for now, comma. And I did the same thing here. So if it is less or equal to 10, I use blue. The next one, if it is less than, we can do if it is greater than 10, because that's the last part that we are going to use. That one, we can make it red. So look at this. Now, how do I make this change color based on the measure that I created? So what I have to do is to go to, I'll make sure I select the visual. I'll go to bars. I'll go to color. Sorry. Did you see what I did? I went here. So I went to conditional formatting. I'll select field value. Just search color, average delivery time, color. I click OK. Then you can see. This is nice. But this is not the color I use. So let me use the colors I've been using. So for the first one, let me go back to the average delivery time color. So this color, for this color, and then for this color. So now you can see that it has changed. It depends on you. You can use any color that you want. Okay, so now the next thing I have to do is to put this info down here. So let me go back here. I just have to bring in some shape. So you go to insert, you go to shape. For the shape, I don't want any border. For the colors, it's the same color we are going to use. Good. So we have this. I can copy this shape, paste it, and then paste it again. So now what I want to do is to add a text box. This is going to be, let's look at what we have here. Perfect, fine, too long. So perfect. So what I have to do is to disable the background. So I can copy this same thing, drag it here. So I'll copy this. So this is going to be fine. I'll paste again. This is going to be too long. Okay, so for this color, sorry, I didn't change the color for the ship before dropping this. So for this color, we'll go here, change it to this. And then for the last one, we'll change this also to this. So now we can drag this here, drag this also here. Okay, so let me save. Now I can go back also here to check for a salesperson. So let's bring in this quickly. It has the salesperson, the image, the shipment. You can see some line here. We have the active, shipment completed, and return. So let's do that also. So I'll bring in a table, go to home, bring in a table, drag it and drop it here. Okay, so the number one thing to do is to go to salesperson. We select the picture. And look at that. When I select the picture, look at what happens. It's not giving us the picture. So I'll make sure I select picture. I go to data category, image URL. So we have that coming. So now you can see we have the images. Now the salesperson name, number of shipment, active shipment, completed shipment, and then return shipment. Very good. So now the next thing to do is to change these labels. So for active, I'll just make it active. Completed, I'll just make it completed. For return, we have return. So for the picture up here, I don't need this name. I'll make it space. So we have this here. Now the image is kind of too big. So let's go down here to image size. We'll make it 25. You can make it 30 if that's okay. So we have this here. Now for shipment, what I want to do is to add a spark line. So you right click, watch this. Watch this. I'm starting all over. I'll make sure I select the table. You click here, shipment, you right click, you go to add spark line. Now it's asking you what are you putting at the X. So I'll go there and select month. Then I'll click create. You can see it will be added down here. So I'll just drag it here. So you can see it here. Now what I want to do, because they are the same here, I'll take out the shipment on top, give it a space, and then this down here will just be shipment. Very good. So it will look like the two of them are together. Now for active, this is what I did. I went there, look at what I want to do. So let's go here. You can see active has some data bars here. The same thing for completed and return. So I'll go back here for active. Let me start all over. I'll select the table. I'll click here. I'll go to active, right click, go to conditional formatting, go to data bars. So what I want to show for active is the same color I have been using for each one of them. So for active, I'll use this color. For completed, I'll do the same thing. So I'll go to completed, right click, conditional formatting, data bars. I'll go here, paste this. So we have one for data bars. I'll go to return. I'll go to return, data bars. Okay. Okay, so you can see that we are almost done with our table. Let's do a bit of formatting. So I'll go to value. I don't like this color here. I want everything white. So I'll go to alternate background color. I'll make it white. So you can see this is gone now. The next thing to do is I don't want this line here to be that uh, blue. So let's go to grid. First, for the border down here, you may want it to be white so that nothing shows. So you can see. Let's go to options. Okay, so there's nothing here to change. Let's go to column headers. There is this, I'm looking for this blue here. But before then, let's take out the total if we don't need it. Star preset, I think it should be in, yeah, this border, correct. So we can just make it something simple like this for the top. Okay, so this is okay. You can expand it, you can make it better, you can add more values to it, you can add percentage of active, completed, return. You can also add the products, their profit. I mean, this is just to show you how some of these things are done. And that is why I said it's for beginners only. You can rework on this background to make it even better. Okay, so we are good here. Let's go to this guy here. Kind of interesting. I'm sure some of you will like it. So let's start. So category, revenue by category. So let me just create a new page. Then we can do everything, then you come back here. Okay, so I'll put a table here. And then on the table, we have the category. So I'll go to product category, then I'll add the revenue. Okay, so we have the revenues here. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to create the target. So you can see all of them 500. So I'll make the target be 1 million. So I'll create new measure. Then I'll write target percentage. So it's going to be revenue division 1 million. So let me drag and drop the target percentage here for each one of them and see. So you can see, let me format this to be percentage. I'll take out this. And then the next thing to do is to calculate the target difference. So new measure, target difference will be equal to 1 minus target percentage. So let's put the target difference there and see. Also on the table and see. So we have the target difference on the table. Let me format this as well. Percentage. I want this to be 0. Okay, so this is something that will help us when we are creating our visual. Okay, so let me drag and drop this here. The first thing to do is to add a target percentage and a target difference. Okay, so I want to take out the legend, take out the title, take out the details labels. Now watch this. Now I'll go to filter. In my filter, I want to add the category, and then in category I want to select. First of all, let me see which one comes first. I'll click revenue, highest revenue, electronics. So I'll select electronics. Now you can see electronics covers this. This is just the difference. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to change the spacing to 85. The target difference, I want that to be white. Good. So this is what we have. Now we all know for revenue, for we all know the colors I have been using, but for now let me just use any kind of color for now. I can use for active color. So I'll bring it down here a bit. Yeah, so we have this color. Okay, so now what I can do is, let me just copy this, paste it here, change it to a card. 68% is what we have here. Now I'll go here, change this to 20. Should I change it to 15? Okay, so and the label, category label, I'll change it to 10. Now that one, because it's electronics, I'll just click here, change this to electronics. Okay, so now so I've changed this one to electronics, so you can see it on top here. Okay, so I'll now copy this. Because there are 4 categories, I'll copy it 3 times. So I'll copy this 3 times. 1, this for me to be able to see. Well, I'll take out the background. I'll take this also. I'll take out the background here also as well. So now you can see I'll reduce this a bit, bring it again down. Is it too much? Okay, so the second one is on top here. So this one is going to be for audio. So let me go to filter again. Instead of electronics here, I'll change this one to audio. Very good. So audio percentage, I can copy this now, bring it down here, and this is going to be for, I'll change it to next one, computing. Okay, so for computing, let me change the color also right away. So I can use this color. Or I should use the same. Okay, so this is okay. You can rework on the color if you want. Okay, so now the next one. For the next one, let me use this color. Okay, so you can see that's the next one. I'll have to check the colors that I use here. This word green. Okay, okay. So let me use the same color as what I use over there. So for return, for this one, it uses the return, and then for this one, it uses this. No, sorry, return. Then for this one, it uses this, something like this. So three. Now for the last one, let me copy this, put it here. So for the last one, I'm going to select office. Now for the office, let me see which color I use here. Okay, something like gray. So for office, I use something like this. Okay, so let's reduce it. Then we can bring it down here. Okay, okay, so now we can increase this a bit. Yeah, something like this. This is good. Now let me add the revenue total. Revenue total, I'll reduce it to 25. I'll take out the category label. Let me remove the background. I'll reduce it and put it here. So one, two, three, four, one, two, three, four. I'll group this. Copy. And paste it here. So we can have it here. And then the next thing I did was to copy this, paste. Two, three. Okay. So all of them should have their background taken out. I forgot to add this to this guy here. And then for this, I can do this. This. Okay. So this one, I'm going to change the filtering to audio. This, I'm going to change the filtering to computing. And the last one is going to be office. now what I want to do is to add some shape. I have the shape here. So I can paste this shape here, reduce it a bit, and then put it on top here. I'll copy, paste, put it here, copy, paste, put it here, and then copy and paste, put it here. There's something that I didn't get here, electronics. Okay, so here, audio, this one, computing, and then the last one is office equipment. So the first one, the first shape, will take this color. The second shape will take the audio color. This is supposed to be computing. The next one will take the computing color. And the very last one will take the office equipment color. So now let's group this. Control G to group it. So now I can copy it and come and paste it here. So we have this here, not bad. It's just to have fun. Okay, so we have this here. Now we have to work on the tooltip. So let me create another page for the tooltip. This is the tooltip I'm talking about. Yeah, this one. So let's create the tooltip quickly. So I'll go here. I'll just name it TT. Okay, so for the tooltip, the canvas settings, change it to tooltip. I'll change the color to something like this. So we have this. It should be smaller than that anyway. So let me see, what do I have here? At the tooltip side, date, revenue, shipment. So date, revenue, shipment. So I'll have the date. Let me create a label first. Date. I'll reduce this. Okay. The color will be white. select all, make the color white, and then the background should be disabled. So I have the date, revenue. So for revenue, I'll select, copy and paste. I'll paste another one also. So this will be revenue. Select all. This is going to be shipment. Select all. So for date, let me click here, card, I need to quickly bring in the date. So card, call out value should be 20. I don't need the category label. And also I want to format the date to be short date. So we can see it here. Let me take out the background, and then the call out value will be white. I think I need to reduce it a bit. 20, drag it here, drag it here, make it smaller, go up a bit. Okay, so for revenue, I'm going to add a label. So let me just copy this, paste it. I can add a card as well, but let me add a label. I'll take this out, and what I want to do is to add value, and I'll type revenue. Yes, so I have revenue here. So it's showing the total revenue. I can change the name of the value here, but let me just save it. So I have it here. I'll select all, then I'll make it white. And I'll do the same thing for shipment. I'll drag it down here, remove this. I'll go to value here, shipment. What is this? The moment you select, you see the result here. So I click save. I'll select all, change the color to white. You can also use card, just like I did for date. Okay, so now let me reduce the size a bit more. So I'll go to custom. This should be 140, no, 180. Okay, 190. And then the width will be 200. Okay, this looks okay. You can work on it the way you want. So let me go back to page one and add a tooltip to it. So when I get to page one, I'll just select this visual and I'll go to properties, go to tooltips, report page is selected for the type, page TT. The TT is the name that we give our tooltip page here. So the moment I put my cursor here, you can see the value there. Okay. So now the last thing to do is to work on our, let's look at it here. The last thing to do is to work on our filters. So we have our filters here. So we have the date, the segment, and the countries. So let's add the date quickly. I'll select the slicer on top here, select date. So we have it this way. But when you look at what I have there, it does not have this. Look at what I have. You can see this here. How do we do that? You just go to properties, you go to advanced options, responsive should be off. So you can see it there. Now this is reduced and we have something that is not bad here. And then for segment, I use the new card. New slicer, rather, not new card. So check it up here. Segment, we go to product category. We have this. I'll take out the title, the slicer settings. Sorry, should be layout. So number of rows should be 4 and colon 1. So we have this here. We'll format it in a, let's format it right away. So when you look at what I have here, so the moment you put your cursor on it, it's not bad. Let's go here. So the first thing to do is we go to call out values. We want it centered. I think that is all that we need to do there. I'll go to cards. When I get to cards, what I have to do is to take out the border. Very good. I'll make this narrow. Now, when I put my cursor on this, I want the color, when I hover, I want the color to change. So the fill color should be this blue. And then there should be some accent bar down or beside it. So I want the down one and I want the color to be this. So look at it. When I put my cursor on it, this is not bad. And then we can change the, when I press also, when I press, it should be this color, same thing. And then we want the accent bar as well to the bottom. You can actually format it better than what I'm doing. And then when I select, the fill should be blue. And then the accent bar, let's say maybe left. And then it should be white. Let's see. So when I press this, for example, look at it. You see? So we have this. And then I think it's okay for us now. I can now copy and paste this. pick out category is going to be geography, and then I want the, when you go to layout, I want the maximum rows to be 10 because the countries are 10. So I bring it this way. I can enlarge this one also, but I'm going to give it a border actually. So let's go to border or shadow, anyone. Let's give it border, and then the border can be something like this. And then this also will be given some border. So let me reduce this to this. So we are good. Let me select Australia and see what happens on the left. This is okay. So now one other thing I need to do is to select this format painter and then use the same thing for this, so that when it is selected, I'll try again. Format painter. Okay. So I have to go back to the layout, change the column to 2, then rows to 1. Okay, so we have this here. Now I'll select this format painter and do the same thing for this. Now another thing that we've not done yet is to add the icons here. So let me quickly add the icons. So I'll select this on top here, go to images. For all, let me just select one icon, then we can edit. So I'll go here, select for revenue, for example, I'll select this, and then I'm going to change the size to 30. Okay. Now for each one of them, I can change now. So shipment will take this. Shipment will take this. Active shipment will take this. Completed shipment will take this. Return shipment will take this, and then average delivery time will take average delivery time, which is this. Okay, so basically this is what I'd wanted to share with you. It's left with the logo I found somewhere, just to drag and drop it there. Let me bring in the logo. I don't have enough space, but let me just bring in something. So image, then we take the logo, reduce it a bit, and drag it to the top here. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you, and I'm sure we've all learned some one or two things from it. Please remember to subscribe, like, and also share. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.